Hello everybody. Got a little 50 millimeter little showdown here of all the 50s that I own. I'm gonna tell you which one I believe is the best one for your money. Out of all of these 50s, I got the 50, the 1.2 right there. I got the 50 1.4D autofocus, and then these are the special little guys. I own 3 of these, and there's a reason I own 3. These are the older 1.8 pancake manual focus Nikon lenses. They're cheap, they're sharp, you can shoot these puppies all day at 1.8, and they're sharp. This 1.2, I'm actually selling the 1.2 because at 1.2 it's blurry, it's distortion. You got to stop it down to at least f2, f2.8 before you start getting decent results. It's a lot heavier. I mean, you can see it's a chunky guy. I mean, it's here. Actually selling this one on eBay. I don't use it. Just don't have a. I mean, why have a 1.2 if it's not sharp at 1.2? If I got to shoot at f2 or 2.8, I'll just reach for one of these little guys. I mean, this one's actually all plastic here. I mean, you put that on there, and you've got yourself. I know I'm missing a lens cap there on the back, but it's in a case, so it's all right. I have 3 of these because they're not made anymore, and in case one ever fails, or I mean, there's really nothing to go bad in them. There's no electronics or anything, so and they're built like a tank. Like I said, they're sharp at 1.8. Now this guy here, I kind of have mixed feelings about him. He's the 1.4. It gets good around f2. I'll use this one over one of these guys if it's a situation where I really need the f2 and I need the autofocus. Say you're shooting a wedding reception or something where you need that extra light. And if you need to go to 1.4, you have the 1.4. It's just not quite as sharp as the 1.8, but you know, you're talking about different amounts of light there. This is the 1.4. This one here is pretty much new still. I don't really use it that often. This one I'll be keeping. The 50 1.4 I will keep. It's relatively inexpensive lens. You can get a little bit cheaper one if you go with the 1.8, and the 1.8 is a little bit sharper than the 1.4, but it's a 1.8. So this is the one I have, so I won't be getting a 1.8 at this point. I got other lenses that cover the range, not quite as fast, but you know, they get the job done. This one over here, the 1.2, this one's the one that everybody, you know, goes crazy over. Oh my god, it's a 1.2, shallow depth of field, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it does have shallow depth of field, and if you can nail focus, it looks pretty nice. But it's a very specialist type of lens. It's not something you go out and just shoot 1.2 and expect to get, you know, good stuff, you know, out of it. You can't shoot 1.2 all day. Too much stuff will be out of focus because your depth of field is so small, especially on full frame. Shoot with a D3S and a D810. Another thing to note with any of these lenses, these will all require at least, I believe, a D90 or higher, because the entry-level cameras do not have the built-in focus motor to drive this one, which would make it manual focus. And I do not believe the entry-level cameras have the AF assist, which will, there's basically 2 little arrows inside the viewfinder that as you focus, say the 1.2 or any of these older AIS 1.8 E-series pancake lenses, it'll let you know when it's in focus. So I'd only really recommend these if you were shooting at least, I believe, a D90, D7000, 7100. Of course, any of your pro full frame cameras, D3, D3S, D4, all those are going to have it. But generally, I would recommend this if you're looking to save a little bit of money. These are manual focus, so can't be really lazy with them. But like I said, they are sharp as balls, and they're cheap. I mean, you can get them. I picked up one with a Nikon Nikon EM camera with an old flash for $20 and like $5 shipping. And that was, which one was it? Was this one here? The camera looked like crap. The lens was a little dirty when I got it, but I cleaned it up, and it turned out pretty good. It's nice and sharp. There's no scratches. A little bit of dust on the inside, but it doesn't really affect image quality any. So can't argue with that. I mean, $20. I've tested some of the newer G lenses, the 50s. I still like the pancakes here a little bit better. Tend to be a little bit sharper. Contrast is a little bit lower due to the coatings and stuff that they put inside of them. And then the newer lenses, these don't have, but these will be around a long time. When the G series, they quit focusing, the motors go bad or whatnot. Like I said, the 1.2, I would stay away from it. It's expensive. It's too damn expensive for what it is. Firsthand, after using it for a little while. So I'm actually selling it and won't regret it at all. The 1.4, if you need 1.4, grab it. If you don't need the 1.4 and you can save a little bit of money, like I said, the 1.8D is a little bit sharper. But the 1.4 is also a pretty decent lens. But overall, as far as all the 50s, if you're trying to get something cheap, fast, and sharp as hell, definitely pick up one of these 50mm E series. You can also check out the Angry Photographer on YouTube. He made a good video discussing other reasons why to pick up one of these. You can store it in your jacket. And that personally I don't do. I live in Florida, so I don't really wear a jacket that often. So it's these little things. They're awesome. I've had one since I shot film, which is this one here, which is the older version. Well, this one. Yeah, this is the one of those I've had for a long time. Can't remember which one. They all kind of look the same. But yeah, we definitely pick one up. Go to eBay, type 50mm pancake, or just type film camera in the search box, and search for. Sometimes you get an old film camera with one of these lenses attached to it for next to nothing, and then just take the lens off and sell the camera on eBay, or throw it in the trash, or burn it, or do whatever you want to do with it. But these here are the golden 50mm of all the 50s I've used. I mean, you stop these things down to 2.8. You stop it down to 2.8, and it's just as sharp as my Nikon 24-70 2.8 at 2.8 at 50mm. I mean, I know we're talking about a much more expensive lens here, but when you can pick one of these guys here up for say $30-$40, and it can compete with a lens that's well over $1,000 at 50mm at 2.8, you can't beat it. That's my lens recommendation there. I would say go grab one of these, try it. I guarantee once you shoot with it, you'll love it, and you'll probably buy a couple more just as backups in case anything ever did go wrong with the other one. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. See ya.